And my chicken's gonna go in there. I'm gonna knock off a little bit of that excess, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Now this batter is really neat because it really kind of puffs up on you. Well, howdy folks, and welcome to Texas Cooking Today. This is one of my recipe version videos, so if you get to the end and you didn't get enough information, the next video is a full-on tutorial. So folks, let's get in the kitchen and get busy cooking this up. Come on. Today, I'm going to be making some hot wings. Hot wings, one of my favorites. Now, recently I did a video on buffalo wings. And the thing of it is you know, I have to explain something here. A lot of times when I decide I want to do a recipe or a type of recipe, I will look up on the Google Trends what's really going on. So I run comparisons between certain search phrases. And those comparisons tell me who's searching for what and how many people are searching and where they're searching from and all kinds of other, you know, neat information that's there. So I do these searches to find out which recipes might do a little better or not and try to focus on that. But it tells me where the interest is at the moment in people who are doing online searches. And that kind of tells me where people's focus is. Okay, so I want to provide videos based on that focus. This one didn't rank real high, but I did buffalo wings, and I have to admit the truth. Buffalo wings did rank high, but I'm not as fond of buffalo wings. I had extra chicken. I decided, okay, we're doing another show. We're gonna be making some hot wings, and that's what this recipe is, guys. This is my hot wings recipe. This is the actual recipe that I like using a lot myself. I'll do this on weeknights. Sometime on the weekends when I don't have or when I have a lot going on and I want to do something quick. These little things are, believe it or not, fairly easy to do. So let me show you this recipe. I think you'll have a new favorite. Come on. Here's where it starts, folks. It is with our chicken. Now these are chicken wings. I have 10 drums and 10 of the lower wings, and these are going to cook up beautifully. I have them separated and they're on this pan so I can season them. In a little bit, we're going to be using some seasoning, and I've got a few notes that you're going to need to know about our seasoning on this. Back here, I have a bowl with flour in it, a couple of cups of flour in that, and that's all you're going to need. And of course, over here, we're going to be using some eggs, milk. I have salt. I have some cayenne right down here, and you'll notice I also have a thermometer out and a pan to do this with. And in the back, I have some peanut oil there. I like to use peanut oil when I'm frying this kind of stuff because the flavor is absolutely fantastic good. Folks, every once in a while, you're going to get stuck with some whole wings. You'll go to the store and you can't find them already cut down for you. So all you have to do here is just bend them at the joint backward and cut them in half with your knife, and everything will go smooth. This tip right here, I usually save this for the purpose of boiling up chicken stock. Those are really good for that. So you can make your stock with this, make your wings with the bigger pieces, and you're up and running. It's as simple as that. Folks, there we have them. They're all separated. I have the nubbins on bottom there, and they'll be used for making some broth. And then my other pieces that'll be cooked in separate batches from each other because they do cook at different times. So we're ready to get on with the making of wonderful hot wings. I'm about to start seasoning my chicken, but there's one important message that I really needed to talk to you about. Look, when it comes to using cayenne, as I mention all of the time, this stuff is fiery hot. Okay, normally you're looking at a spice that can go up to 60,000 Scoville units. Guys, that is just freakishly hot, okay? And it will burn you, okay? And if you get it on your hands and you touch your eyes later, it will burn your face, it can burn your eyes. So caution when using it, okay? Don't touch it with your hands. I use tongs. And when you see how much I use, you're gonna say, there's no way I can eat that. That's gonna be too hot. So let me share with you a little bit of culinary secret here. This is something you don't hear a lot of chefs talk about. It's just kind of something that becomes intuitive to us, but it's not information that you see in the book, okay? When you're frying, specifically deep frying, this does not apply to shallow pan fry. In other words, if you have like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of oil in the bottom of the pan, this method doesn't work well for that. This method is for deep frying. When you're deep frying and you have your chicken submerged in fat, in oil, you're going to be cooking a lot of the oil of that spice out. What happens, the spice itself has an oil in it called oleoresin capsaicin. And this capsaicin oil, the hot stuff, being an oil, does what oil does. It simply mixes with the other oil it's being fried in and it washes out. So only a percentage of the heat that we first apply to this chicken will be there at the end. And it's going to be a low percentage. I'm going to say easily I can cook out 80 to sometimes 90% of the oil from the spice that I use. So when you're deep frying, you can spice heavily. Do not spice the batter, you spice the chicken. Remember, that's going to wash out, so the more of it that you get deep, meaning right against the chicken, the more of it that stays. And when you try your chicken, you're going to be surprised at just how much of that heat cooked out. Now at the same time, I recommend only cooking 2 batches in the oil, just for this one reason. Replace your oil every 2 batches of chicken because it starts just getting too hot. The oil will then start heating successive batches of chicken up. Be careful about that. Let's get into this. Now folks, here I have my chicken, my salt first, and I do it first because I can see it easier. So I want to hold my salt high, about 1.5 feet above the chicken, and just move my hand back and forth, letting those granules fall evenly. Isn't that nice? There we go. So this way you get really a much more even spread of salt and a good flavor. You don't over salt your food, and you can see how much you're putting down. I know, it's frightening, isn't it? If you were baking something with that much cayenne, it would probably be inedible, okay? It's just that hot. No way. I wouldn't want to. But when you're deep frying, the rules change just a little bit. That's one of those little tricks that you don't get a lot of chefs telling you, but it is a trick of the kitchen, and it does work. Folks, as you can see there, that is a lot of cayenne on the chicken, and I want to do both sides the exact same way. I want it heavily spiced. Now, you're not going to use as much salt, of course, as that, but a light salting, as much as you would normally just use for any wings or chicken like this. And if you are sensitive to salt, don't use it. It's not a big deal. You don't have to have it. Now, folks, once you have your chicken spiced, the oil is heating up, go ahead and break your eggs, get them beaten together with a whisk and beat in that milk. That's going to be the liquid part of your batter, and we're going to leave the flour as is. Now folks, when it comes time to batter our chicken up, what we're going to do is take these wings and I'm going to drop them right down into the flour and just give them a shake. Then from the flour, they're going to go straight over into the liquid, then back in the flour, then back into the liquid, then back in the flour, believe it or not, yep, flour 3 times, liquid twice. After the last flour, that's when it goes right into your oil, okay? So that one is going to be ready after it gets 2 more coats of flour and 2 coats of that right there. It's just that simple. Folks, I have my wings down in here and they're all dusted and ready to go. They're sitting underneath this flour here. And as soon as this oil is at 325, these are going to go in, and I'll be beginning processing a couple of more of these because I'm going to be cooking them all in large batches here. So 6 will fit in this pan easy, but I can also fit a couple more in there. It's not a problem. I started with a total of 10 wings. Once I divided them, it gave me 20 pieces. So that was 10 drums and 10 lower wings. I had 2 cups of flour, and you can always add more flour as you go on this. And that's a good way to start. You just don't want too much in your bowl. For the liquid batter, that was 4 eggs, 1 cup of milk, salt to taste, paprika till it turns orange, and enough oil in the bottom of the pan to float your chicken, generally about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. We have all of our chicken fried up now. Folks, doesn't that look good? And check this out. Crispy, crunchy. That is what we're looking for, that real sharp, crackery kind of crisp. Well, this process is not difficult, and there's a few scary parts in it, like the seasoning, but once you taste it, you're gonna like it. Let's see here. Crunchy. Beautifully cooked, folks. And not too spicy. There's a little heat there, but it's not intense. It's not something that's going to push you away. Meat's falling off the bone just the way it should be. And delicious. Folks, that is so good. I'm going to be enjoying wings in a little bit. I'm going to be munching out on them. This is a delicious recipe. Once you taste it, you're going to be surprised at a couple of things. How crunchy that batter is, how tender the chicken is, how spicy it is not. You're going to be surprised at all of that. The flavor is just banging good. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. If you would, please share this video, tell others about Texas Cooking Today, and take a look at the other goodies that I have on my channel. You folks have a good day. Bye-bye. I'm on you. Well, there it was, guys. Another wonderful recipe. If you didn't get enough information in this video, please check the next episode. That's a full-on tutorial for this exact same recipe. Thank you very much for watching, and folks, you have a happy day. Bye-bye.